If you're looking to understand the true power of visual management with a great infographic, look no further. And make sure you stick around to the end, because I'm going to show you how you can get started using very little or no money at all. Now, we're all fans of visual management, whether we know it or not. It eases our daily lives, and its absence makes our lives more difficult. Take these three examples. Firstly, the Allen keys. You've got different coloured Allen keys that make it easy to find the size you want. You've got your herbs there, where you can see at the top which herb you need without having to take them all out of the tray. And the barber can see which buzz cut size they need to avoid having to hunt through a series of black ones in a pot. Onto the infographic. Here it is in one page. You can see there are four broad sections here. The eyes and the brain and the importance of our eyes, and then some definitions of visual management, splitting between visual control, visual display, and what an abnormal condition is. Some examples of good visual controls and displays, and then a test or 4 tests of whether you've got good visual management, probably my favourite section. Firstly, visual controls and visual displays. Let's make that clear. I'm going to give you an example. Here you can see a board. It was a factory in India, and it's a board where they have check-in templates for a press. This is a visual control. It's a visual control because you can see what's missing. So there's a heel plate missing, so you know that that must be on the press. That's the part we're running, and that template is in use. If it's just missing, then you know it's missing before you actually need it. There's a visual display here, which is this information about 5S and a slogan and what the 5S's are on the glass guarding of a machine. It doesn't help us control anything, but it gives us some useful information. It's a display of information. So there's your broad differences. Back onto the infographic. If I zoom in here, having been through visual control, visual display, I just want to mention a couple of other things. One of them is number 2 on the tests of visual management. You should be able to find out the current situation in your area on a patrol without having to stop. Now this would be a 10-minute patrol of your patch. You walk around, you've not got to ask a question of anybody, stop to squint at charts or tables on the wall, or hunt for bits of paper. If those 3 things are in place and without breaking step you can get around your section and know what you have to deal with, you're pretty good on your visual control. And finally down the bottom here, I want to highlight one of the good visual controls and the red tags. Red tags are really powerful, whether as part of a 3S blitz or as an ongoing thing to help highlight abnormality. So I'm going to show you 4 red tags now, the typical 4 types of red tag. So when people are using red tags to find abnormality, they'll highlight things that are going to affect safety, like for example this electrical switch off the wall. Quality, these jigs stuffed away, getting damaged with the pins on the floor. Unknown quality part there, the homeless stuff on the bottom left there, unlabeled, don't know where things are, and the broken drill. Red tags are really good visual control because you hang the red tag on the item that you're thinking of, that you've got a problem with, and you leave it there until it's sorted. That red tag says this problem is not yet sorted. You'll notice no boards got mentioned or shown here. They can be powerful and useful if we don't create a monster and let them get out of control. That's for another video where I'm going to deep dive on good boards. Now here are those 7 great low-cost visual management examples that will improve how your factory runs, and at the end is my surprise favourite. First one here, clearly marked gangways. They're critical here. One of the most important things you can do in a gangway, in a factory, is to highlight where the gangways are, to paint them. It separates people and forklift trucks, it gives people safe access and egress in case of fire. That's a pretty sexy gangway. You can just start with tape on the floor, and you'll find that actually noting the gangway out, marking the gangway out, will help you with your overall 5S. It creates discipline and the start of rules. Another one here, in terms of visual management, changeover tooling, thrown in a drawer on the left before, afterwards a little bit of paint on them, green and red, which ones do I put where for which part numbers, and they're in a box, and we've cut a bit of foam up to hold them safe and not damage them. No money there. There's a good one here about materials handling. When shifting these stillages around, the green indicates where you can put your hands and you're not going to get a pinch point, and the red is where you really shouldn't. A little bit of paint again. Next one, scrap bins. Really important scrap bins. It's not so much about the scrap bin that you buy and having to get good scrap bins, it's the size of them and location. You want to put them on the gangway, you want to put them where everyone can see and walk past and they can't ignore them. No lid on them. Make them small so that they fill frequently, less than 1 shift, so that forces a reaction. Front and center, no lid. Another visual control here, and-on is often used. And-on lantern, letting us know when machines or sections have got a problem. Really important, Andon, but you don't have to have a sexy electronic operation for it. You can see in this example we've got flags, and as long as you've got line of sight and the operator puts the flag up for whichever status they're in, you're sorted. This one is electronics. It's really important that we don't get contamination into these bits. Now that means you only have one bag open at a time to protect them. The way to do it, you have a red clip. Only one red clip, and that red clip is on that bag, tells me that's the bag we should be pulling from. And you can see there on the right, if there's no bag open, you put it in the space for the clip. And the final one, this is my favorite, low cost, zero cost. The important machine, this little bit of rag here that was attached to it tells me, is the fan working? It's that simple. Get hold of the infographic we just walked through in the comments below. And if you're enjoying these videos, please subscribe and like this video to help other people on their lean journeys to find their way to us.